Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Young here and welcome to a Super Smash Bros. News update. The following information comes courtesy of website IGN in an interview with Super Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai. The first topic of conversation was the process of developing both for the Wii U and the 3DS. While the roster will remain exactly the same for both versions, Sakurai noted that there will be exclusive stages to each of the consoles. The Wii U version will feature exclusive levels from console games, while the 3DS version will feature exclusive levels from portable games. Other differences include the way the games are played. In the 3DS version, for example, each player will have their own small screen, while on the Wii U version, players will share one big screen. According to Sakurai, his team is still in a trial and error process, experimenting with how they will use the 3DS's portable nature to take advantage of features such as individual small screens and personalized portable data and statistics. Now, going back to the topic of roster, it seems as though the 3DS version may be limiting the ability to add certain characters due to the console's hardware limitations, keeping the roster in check for both versions of the game. For example, according to Sakurai, characters like Ice Climbers, which Sakurai calls a multiple character combatant, are proving technically difficult to implement. And no folks, he's not saying he's going to cut Ice Climbers, he's just pointing out the fact that there are certain roadblocks to get through because of the 3DS's hardware limitations. I just really hope the 3DS version turns out as good as the console version, and I especially hope that the 3DS doesn't end up limiting the game's potential. The next topic of conversation was customization. Thus far, the furthest one could really go in terms of customizing characters in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise was changing outfit color, but Sakurai is thinking about taking it a step further. While he doesn't go too much into detail, he does say that he is planning for some level of customization. He also states that one of the features he would like to implement is the ability for players to customize the direction of attacks. I'm not exactly sure what he means by that, but what he does reassure is that whatever customization feature he implements, it should not affect character strength or balance. But overall, at this point, the customization mechanic hasn't been completely decided on. It is still something that they're tweaking. Sakurai is then asked about plans for the single-player mode. Players may recall Brawl's Subspace Emissary mode, which featured its own unique stages, monsters, and story, along with some really cool cutscenes. Will something similar return? Sakurai said that he felt as though the Subspace Emissary wasn't a satisfying experience, mainly because the reward wasn't good enough. In the Subspace Emissary, the reward for completing certain levels was a simple cutscene, along with perhaps a new challenger once in a while. According to Sakurai, most people could just find these cutscenes on the internet, which made the single-player mode lose its appeal. At the very least, Sakurai is not planning to implement a single-player experience like Subspace Emissary. He's not saying there won't be an adventure mode, but that whatever he comes up with will be structured differently to give players more satisfying rewards. Now, on the opposite end of the single-player adventure mode is the online multiplayer mode, which was a topic of conversation. Sakurai noted that Nintendo's network is a significant upgrade from past generations, forming a good base for their online modes. Hopefully this means no ridiculous lag. In my personal experience, Brawl's online mode was unplayable. Sakurai also ensures that he's working on making sure that both skilled players and beginners will have a chance to enjoy the online mode of the game, which likely means some kind of a matchmaking feature. Sakurai also talks about how Nintendo's updated online infrastructure could also pave way for patches, something that he would like to implement to balance characters out after the game launches. Unfortunately, not much else about online was revealed. Last but not least, Sakurai talks a bit about the game's speed. Those who've played both Brawl and Melee will know that while the two games may look similar, they play quite differently because of their speed. Melee plays much faster, which is what veterans like myself prefer, while Brawl's slower pace may suit a more casual audience. So, what will the speed for the new Super Smash Bros. Be? Sakurai says confidently that he's aiming for something smack in the middle between the two games. I think that's a good compromise, and with tripping removed, the game should never stop to a grinding halt for no fucking reason. So far, loving what I'm hearing about this game. That is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to let our nation know in the comments below what you think about all the new information. And to be further updated on Super Smash Bros., be sure to join the nation and subscribe to Young. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and Young out.